Hello and welcome, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in and join me. Join me. Welcome. Oops. They spammed me. Oh my God, that's too funny. So welcome, everybody. Give me your comments where you are, what's going on, what's happening. Wow. Today was day 4 of my cacao ceremony, which has been awesome. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Haven't been drinking coffee for 4 days. And no withdrawals with it. And it's been feeling good morning, Tamara. Good morning, Auntie Ray. My furnace kicked in, and it's weird because it must be a little bit chilly outside. Just say it's a joke, but it must have been I don't know, because my furnace is turned right down, so it just kind of kicked in. So I guess it's doing something. So I guess something needs to get warmed up. I think the world needs to get a little bit warmed up right now. So welcome, everybody. So for those who are watching the replay, my name is Mary Jane Tracy. I'm a psychic medium, spiritual love of life coach, and budding astrologer, coming to you with giving you the energies of the day. And that's what it is. It's telling you what the energies are of the day. And oh, really? It's windy and cold in Manitoba, 14 here. Yeah, I just want to be down in sunny California, or somewhere where it's nice and warm. It's like I'm not worried about anything else. I just want warmth. Like I'm just looking at, I have my weather app here, and I'm just going, it's 16 and it's 30 in Trinidad, 25. Well, it's only it's almost 6 a.m. So it's not even, the day hasn't even begun, but it's 25 degrees there. Maui's a little bit cooler, 18 right now. It's supposed to go up 27, though. It's only like 8:15 in LA, so it's only 18, but still, I mean, that's first thing in the morning. We're like at what, 7 here in Calgary. Oh no, it says 12, 13, but we're supposed to get rain. Oh, crazy. Anyways, telling you about the weather map. I could be the weather girl, eh? Here it is. Crazy. It's where to begin with everything, because we're on the eve of a lunar eclipse and a full moon, a super full moon, in fact. So you're going to be feeling, usually you feel the intensity the day before, a couple days before the actual event of the cycle. But when I come with people with the energies of the day, it's telling you of what's going on. It's your choice. It's your life on how you interact with it, how you feel with it, and go with it. And I didn't even change the date on here. It's not the 3rd. That's going to hide that. And we're going to edit that. What? It's the 4th. It's like I don't want to move ahead. There we go. I'll put it on the 4th there. Oops. There we go. Bringing that in. There we go. That's a little bit better. So gym is open. All is right in the world. So the gym's open. That's awesome. Did they have to space things out in the gym? So, because I know a lot of places they had to take out some equipment and to do spacing in the gym. So, yeah. So, and then, and space out people coming in and all kinds of stuff. But you know what? With everything that's going on, I mean, who's talking about other stuff, right? What is that picture you got behind you? Is it a type of god? That is Ganesh. Ganesh is a god. He's a Hindi god. Yesterday got away with me, and I was supposed to start the novena yesterday, and I did not, and I solely apologize, and I feel so bad about that. My day got on and got crazier throughout the day, and then I had my class last night. It it just really was how the day unfolded for me. It just got to be a little bit nutty. Even the guys are cleaning weight machines. Well, that's good that they're cleaning the machines. They probably need it to be cleaned anyways. So, but that's the whole thing with everything is out there. You're not even hearing a lot about the stats and anything about the COVID anymore, even though it is still there. This is, I think, for us, that Mars and Pisces and the collective, this is coming into our unconsciousness, and with Neptune and Mars in that energy is our unconscious. It is the collective unconscious, and how that collective unconscious is being revealed right now, and how things have been denied, lied, with sex, race, religion. It's all coming up. Life is teaching us. It's our master teacher. So things are coming in and teaching us things that we need to know. We are at where it's like almost where we are at or in the birth canal of birthing. And so, but we're not even at the end of the birth canal. We're sort of like entering into the birth canal. And there's going to be a lot of pushing and shoving and squeezing in order for us to get rebirthed with everything. And this is trying to, we can become, excuse me, I might sneeze. We might, and I say might because the thing is that the astrology, hold on. Excuse me. Woo. The astrology shows us what the energies is and what can, what's there. And it shows us where we can, what choices you want to make is all up to you. Your choices are yours. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'm going to blow my nose. So I'm going to go off screen. Sorry. Have to blow my nose. Otherwise I'd be snuffling. Snuffle, snuffle, snuffle. The thing is that how you live your life is your choice. How you want to live your life is your choice. It comes down to you. What you believe, how you believe, and here's the energies are showing you what makes you feel good. Which way is bringing in the energies to get you to, or to show you, not get you, but to show you what is allowing you to feel better in your life. And it comes down to your choices, your actions of it's your choice. That's why there's a lot of internal stuff going on. This is coming into where this can be the most enlightening time of our lives, of the consciousness. But it's not a given. It's not a given that it's going to happen, right? We have a choice. What we do and deal with and how we do and deal with is still to be seen. And this is about how we interact. All our shadow selves. How are we interacting with our shadow selves? Do we want to interact with our shadow selves? Not a lot of people want to do that work, right? Not everybody wants to get out there and express and do a lot of internal work, right? They don't want to do it. It's fine. A lot of people don't even know what their shadow is, or don't even understand what the consciousness, or they don't understand what the spiritual side of themselves, or chakras, or anything else. They're just like, okay, we know something's going on, but I don't know what to do with it. So we are all on this threshold of death and resurrection. We're all on this Venus that's squaring Mars at about 15 degrees, because Mars is going, Mars is at 15 degrees and Venus is going, going back, squaring off again. This is all with this emergence of us and this Gemini energy, which is all about learning and transformation and trying to figure things out and wanting to connect, yet we are all still having to social distance. So with that social distancing is all getting us into individual selves. We are getting into this energy of, to wanting to look at ourselves What is happening? What are we looking at? The thing is when we look at or go out, we're seeing that there's not much, when we look at the TV, there's not much to look at. Is depression, I'm just going to put your little up here. I'm going to show it. I'm going to show you up on the screen. So is depression related to low spirituality? Ooh, good question. I would say yes. Depression is, yes and no. Let's go with a yes and no. How do you like that one? Yes and no. So depression is where you are feeling, maybe even over feeling the energies, and you are picking up a lot of other people's energies too. So, and unable to work with those feelings, or unable to understand those feelings. And in that, trying to discover yourself through it. So I think as for you, it is discovering that part of you. And depression definitely is somewhat of a lower feeling or a lower vibration. And it is taking the steps on creating a higher vibration of, and this is where this energy is coming in, is of hope, of bringing in that hope, bringing in, where we come into a consciousness of hope, that there is something better, that there is something more for us all. And when we look at ourselves many times and we look at the world of what's going on, it can bring in a lot of lower energy feelings. And this is where we have to, or if you, not have to, but this is where you may, or you can look at things that are going on in your life. That is, does this work in my life or does this not? And how am I able to create a world that brings in laughter, that brings in some joy for myself? And it could be where my grandson and I were watching this guy plays guitar with his beautiful dog, and the dog was howling as he was singing and just going off. And it just made us laugh. Create. As soon as you start to get into that laughter, because when you are a positive thought and a negative thought can't be in your mind at the same time. So when you are choosing more of a positive thought or positive ways, that creates more of that higher vibration. And it's a step each day that you do. And right now there is power. There's the world. It's almost this world financial external energy that's coming in. And we're feeling strangled by it all. We're feeling strangled by all of the excess that is out there and the money that is out there. And it is a strangulation of us, a strangulation of the system. And there's a lot of inner feelings that and emotions that are leading to these openings. But this is 1,000 years, 1,000 years of conquering. And what does conquering do? Conquering suppresses things. Conquering gets, it is what brings in, when somebody conquers or takes over, like we have seen. Okay, for instance, let's look at North America, colonial, Canada, conquering. What did we do? We took over. We took over the native ways. We took over, we not took over the native ways, but we pushed them aside. We didn't acknowledge them. We didn't work with the cultures. When we went into South Africa and South America, we didn't go in to coexist with them. We went in there to take over. Same with the United States. They didn't go in there to try and coexist with people. They took over. And then they went into other countries and they brought in others to work that country, to work that. So that's, thousands of years that we've been doing this, of conquering, of suppressing, and the suppression goes down, and the suppression goes down. And now, with a lot of energy, that means that as we are doing this, and what has been suppressed has been dark lives, Black people, women, children, Gaia, our own bodies, obesity, disease, diabetes, fibromyalgia, depression. These are all stemming. This is like this huge general, but stemming from where, this energy has been pushing us and pushing us and pushing us and pushing us to a point. It's like a volcano of explosion. And with that comes up so much animosity, so much craziness. And in there too, we have opportunists that come in there that try to monopolize on it or make money on it. So, with global warming, people are trying to make money on global warming. People are trying to, with the riots, there's people there that are actually out there protesting in a positive way. But you have others who have, fuck this all, I'm going to burn Target down, right? I'm going to loot. Screw this. An opportunist. This is what we have. This is part of who we are as humans. And this energy that's coming in is getting us. And even with the virus, what a virus does, the virus alters your DNA. So when you get a virus, it alters your DNA. Meaning that your body gets antibodies, are able to work with it or not work with it, right? That's where this energy is coming in, where we are being altered as a society, as humanity. But how are we going to adjust to the altercations within our lives? And how do those altercations come up into our lives? And this is where this is coming up to us individually. What does that mean individually for you? What does that mean energetically for you? And each of us have to look at that in our own way. What is that going on in our own way? What is that happening in our own lives? What does that mean within our own selves? And we have to learn to adjust. We have to learn to create. We have to learn to deal with things. And Vinod and Arpitas, I don't know what that is. Is that, I'm not sure, Armada and Pitas, is that, I just Googled it and it didn't show me anything. So I'm not sure what the Vinod and Arpitas is. And if anybody knows what that is, they can just chirp in. And I don't know what that is. They show me that they're people. So a relationship, do they patch up? I don't know what that is. Is that a movie or something? I have no idea. How to message you? Do you have a Facebook page or something? Yes, I do have a Facebook page. My Facebook page is Mary June Tracy, which is up here. Definitely. And I have my website, which I will post here. Can't talk and post at the same time. And I am on Facebook. And my readings are all now on a sliding scale. So this energy that's coming in is about death and acceptance. This is about transformation and change. We are coming into this transfer. We are seeing it right before our very eyes on how this is all unfolding for us, how we are wanting to build upon, and what is that building upon. Oh, okay. I have no idea, because it's probably is that an Indian soap opera? And this is about us building up on basics truth. Okay, bless you. Bless you. Thank you very much. And it's being stripped away. People being taken advantage of. As I said, there's opportunities, there's ego that comes in. This is wanting to reveal, many of us are wanting to reveal ourselves, and the way that we are connecting now is through protesting. The way that we're coming together is through protesting. We've been in isolation for so long. Isolation is that's what you do in prison. You put people in isolation to punish them in prison. So in many ways, we've been feeling like we've been punished even more so. Then we see a tragedy unfold in front of our eyes with George, and other tragedies starting to unfold before our eyes. And we're just like, I can't take this anymore. I am done. And wanting to reveal, and we're wanting to reveal ourselves, and we're wanting to come in. And Gemini is a multicultural, international, and it's about foreign relationships. It's about coming in, communicating and wanting to communicate and learning. Gemini's all about learning. It's a youthfulness, and we got the North Nodes there for 18 months. They're wanting to contact. They want to get up and they want to talk to you. They talk all the time. Sometimes they don't shut up. But they're inquisitive and ask questions. This is coming into your compassion, your highest vibration. We're also coming in to forgive ourselves and forgive us as humans, and to forgive your humanness, because we all have the lower vibrations. We all have lust. We all have an ego. We all have that, and we have to forgive ourselves as humans in order for us to step into more of creating a harmonious world and creating a world that can elevate ourselves. But we got to remember, like, it's, I had 700 and some odd years of transformation happening, and then I got 1,000 years of this transformation coming in. So this is a lot. We're entering in a storm, and where we are co-creating within this storm, we're co-creating to create something else. And we're not just talking about it. This is about taking action. We're no longer wanting to talk. We're wanting to take actions with what it is that we want to do and how we are wanting to create. And with that has to come forgiveness and resurrection. Forgiveness is the one that comes in very strongly and coming in, because the highest part of that forgiveness is compassion. Compassion, bringing that compassion in for not only ourselves, because you have to bring in compassion and love and forgiveness for yourself, but also for others. But if you don't have that compassion and love and forgiveness for self, it is very difficult for you to have compassion and love for somebody else. Because that's where judgment and blame and pointing fingers comes in. So this is where, this energy is taking us on where we need to go. What is it that we need to start to look at? And even with today, with the moon and the south nodes there, this is a lot. Some of this is coming up with 2012 energy, right? This is Sagittarius energy. The moon is in Sag. We just had 2.5 days of the moon in Scorpio, right? Now we're into the Sag, and we're moving up to that full moon, right? And this is where the themes, the feelings are coming in. And with this, it's like there's a breaking aspect. There's this energy, Venus is breaking away from the sun. It's trailing behind the sun right now. The sun's moving forward. The sun doesn't retrograde. The moon doesn't retrograde. They continue to move forward. Venus is trailing behind. It's breaking away as she is in the underground, being stripped of her beauty, stripped of her dignity. I mean, if you go into that of the story of Venus going to the underground, I mean, she's on a meat hook, being stripped away of everything, her skin, all of that, to come into that essence of rebirth. Very vulnerable, very vulnerable. You know, it's really weird. And we are, this is a weird, with that North Node. And sometimes there's a block with that because it is the block of going forward. You want to go forward, you want to have the transformation, but there's a block there. What's blocking you in that transformation? It's the head of the dragon. It is where you are wanting to go forth, right? And there's a block. There's something that is not allowing you to come into your fullness, come into that vulnerability. And with this is coming forth a full moon lunar eclipse. And I laugh because it's like, this is like just coming into how there is something even greater to unfold for us. There's going to be new stuff that's going to be coming out in the world that is going to be of greater this is of going to be crazier than what we've already seen. And we have to take a look and see logically what's going on. We got to come into the air sign. The air signs are logical. They want to bring in the logical. What's going on? What are the points? Why are we doing this? What is the logical reason for all of this? And at first, you might not see what is the logical reason for protesting. What is the logical reason for looking at our depths and our destruction within our own selves in order for us to create something new and better? In order for us to consciously be in awareness so we can connect and disconnect. I mean, there's a we got that Jupiter and Pluto inner turmoil, right? There's inner turmoil. They're in retrograde. They're in Capricorn. They're disconnecting. There's a disconnect there. And we're seeing it. Now we got to look at where is that disconnect within inside ourselves and take a look and see and logically work that out. And begin to look and begin to open up to consciously be aware. But again, this is a choice on how you do it. This is a choice. Many times when people ask me, oh, should I get a reading? It's up to you. I don't tell people they need to get a reading. It's up to them. This is their choice. If somebody asks me, oh, should I take that course? It sounds like a good, but many, I had in the past a couple times, and then I noticed, well, you know what? I think they should take the course, but somewhere in their own selves, they couldn't take the course. So it comes down to what you believe and what you feel for your own self. If you feel to take a course, to sign up for this, to do something, that's your choice, right? It's just like, it's my choice to get healthy. It was my choice to come into stepping into being into a healthier lifestyle. It was my choice to start the cacao ceremony because that is what I was looking for. That is what I was wanting to open up to more of that ceremony, more of that connection. That was for me. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but that was for me. And that's what we have to look at. What is it for you? For you, it could be something totally, totally different. And that's where I get really pissy when I see these spiritualists that come in and say, I love to give you tips on grounding. I love to give you tips on how to connect with your spirit and pray and do that. Well, that's a choice whether you do it or not, right? And sometimes, it's like, yeah, I do feel like, okay, it's a good day to be grounded today because there's a lot of crazy energy. But still, it's up to you. I don't want to project onto you any of my beliefs or my thoughts. And that's even the way I teach. I don't want to be projecting onto it. I want you to look into it. I want you to find your own ideas and ask questions and get curious. That's where this is coming in. I posted up a book list for white people to read. Honestly, there's a book list for white people to read to understand what's going on. You want to understand more that what's going on? There are books there that you should be reading to open your mind, to educate yourself. It's there. It's up to you. But that's where this energy is coming. It's up to the individual, how you are wanting to do this. And yes, as we are doing this, whatever we're doing is reflected on the outside. Whatever's happening inside is a reflection of the outside. That's what it is. Whatever is on the inside is a reflection on the outside. So this is where we have to start looking at it. And it's on our own individual selves and how we are going to be reflecting of this. And there's a lot of spiritualists out there that, sometimes I have my opinions, but that's my opinion that I would love to say, shut the fuck up, because you're making no sense. You're projecting your ideas, your beliefs. Yes. But sometimes it's like in a point where you got to do this. If you don't do it this way, then you're not going to have a good life. If you don't ground, if you don't do this. Yeah, I tell you to pray and meditate and stuff. A lot of you take it, a lot of you don't. That's up to you. That's your decision. For me, it creates more harmony inside. It helps me to be able to deal with a lot of things in my life on a daily basis. That's for me. I suggest it because it works for me. So hopefully it'll work for you. The diet plan and the vitamins and everything that I'm on is working for me. I'm wanting to invest in that. That is what I'm doing for me. See, and that's what you got to look at. It's like, it's so many times there's like a projection and it's just, they keep on showing me a projection. So many times people are wanting to project their ideas, their beliefs onto you. And that's where the guilt and the shame and the blame comes in. And here with, showing you basically the astrology just shows you where the energy is. This is what's going on. How you deal with it is up to you. That's what the astrology is. It shows you, here's the energy. This is what, it's not telling you exactly this is going to happen. It's showing you, this could happen. This is what's going on. How can we change it? You're asking how it is changing? Well, yeah. To change it, yes, we have to become more conscious. We have to become more understanding, more educated. Gemini, education. Educating yourself. Asking the questions. Learning something that is new, that is helping you to expand. That's how change occurs. That's how you can connect and understand others in a better way. It's not, and it's allowing for people to be able to express themselves and you might not like the way that they're expressing themselves. Maybe that feels too harsh for you to understand that somebody's expressing themselves with a lot of passion, or maybe there's a lot of anger because the anger's coming up and that's fearful for you. It's like, I don't want to hear them. They're crazy. Well, maybe you have to, because they have to express themselves. But for so long, the spiritual community is like, oh, I want something that's fluffy and cute and nice. I don't want the harshness. I don't want somebody to be speaking out. Oh, you're too harsh. And I even spoke about that last night in my class where I was at a angel, beautiful thing. It was all angelic, but nobody wanted to talk to me because they thought I was too harsh. I'm too much. I'm too witchy. I'm too this, because they don't want to face that part, or they don't want to look into it or even educate themselves. They rather stay over where they're airy fairy little ways and just stay in that pleasant ways. But staying in that pleasant ways, because everything is like, okay, I'm going to stay harmonious. I'm going to do what everybody tells me, and I'm going to stay in that placid way. And this is what's happening. Because if you turn a blind eye to what is truly happening in the world, logically, just look out. You know, people say it's an illusion. Yes, it's an illusion that you have created. It's an illusion we all have created. We all have created racism. We all have created the children that are being, you know, with the pedophiles. We all created that. And that's where the responsibility has to take a reality. We all have created this. Every single one of us. So this is where we come into, and that's why in Huna, we don't come into the blame and the shame and the guilt. We come into the responsibility of understanding, I created this. I created that woman being stoned to death in the middle of, in Iran. And you're saying, well, I didn't throw the rock. But consciously, unconsciously, within our subconscious, we created it. We created that racism. By either ignoring it, by not talking about it. We created discrimination against women and inequality. Why? Oh, it's no, I don't want to raise any, I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to say anything. Causes more. But it takes that. That's what we got to do. You got to speak out. You got to talk. The energies are coming in that you have to become aware. And sometimes those conversations aren't easy. And conversations about the world, Gaia. What are you doing? Like, it's like the conversation is like my daughter's boyfriend. He's from the States. And he's like, I have a garbage for recycling. I got a garbage. No, that doesn't go in there. That goes in there. No, you don't put that. You don't put the food there. You put the food over here. It's like, oh my God, we don't have. He goes, that doesn't have that where he came from. And I'm just like, no, it's got to be separated. It's a consciousness. It's an awareness of the environment of this is what we want. This is our composting pile. This is our recycling pile. This is the garbage. This is where the pop cans go. It's education. It's awareness. It's making the change. That's what needs to happen. But a lot of people don't want it. It's that shadow. It's the emotional needs. Our Mercury's leading the way right now with the energies in the chart. So Mercury's ahead of everybody because it goes counterclockwise. He's number one right now. And he's leading the way. And this is where you start to look at that emotional needs, and we want to get home. We want to get home. He's in Cancer. We want to get home. We want to get that safety. We want to feel safe. But he's slowing down, and he's going to be going retrograde by the 17th, 18th. So it's expressing oneself. And sometimes expressing oneself can be crazy, radical, nutty. And everybody's like, oh, that's so, why is he wearing that? That's so weird. Well, he's expressing himself. He's allowed to. Why is that man so, it's like my husband, he's so loud. Why is he so loud? He's expressing himself. He's got to be able to express himself. He's got to do it. Not everybody can handle that because it feels very harsh. He's my teacher of learning that, yeah, you got to allow a lot. I got my crooked glasses on. How you need to express self. And it can come in harsh ways. When will you get back to making real life appointments? I make real life appointment. Real life, you mean in person? Right now, my family does not feel comfortable with having other people in the house unless they know them. And they've already told me that. They've expressed that. And since I work out of my home, I have to respect that. So in one-on-one appointments, I can meet people. I can meet up in Calgary. I can meet in a parking lot or in a park. So I can do that for people if they want a real life appointment. I can meet up in a park. So otherwise, my appointments are online, live on Zoom, and you have recycling there. So yeah, so having recycling, not a lot of places, there's some places in the States, they don't have the recycling. They don't, like, we have a composting where you put all your composting in one, and then we have our recycling one that recycles all cardboard, plastics, garbage bags, and then we have garbage, basic garbage. Have a great day, Shar. So this is coming into, and it's crazy. But the cards I pulled out today, of course, I pull out the fiery one. I pull out him. Like, he's fiery. He's crazy. He's like emotional and bringing out that emotion. He's bringing out, I want change. Right? I don't want to have it this way. I want to fight. And it's funny because this card with the King of Wands, and I think I read this before because it is very interesting with him. Oh, he's near the end. So with the King of Wands, it is John Brown, and John Brown was an abolitionist, fiercely against the institution of slavery. That's the card I pulled out. Fiercely against the institution of slavery. His actions sparked the Civil War for much of his life. And for much of his life, Brown led a fairly conventional lifestyle as a businessman and family man, but he was also deeply religious and radical, who came to believe that the only way to end slavery was through violence because slavery was a state of war. And this card has been coming up and coming up in so many of my readings. Here it is. What has happened? What has happened in our life and in the world around is a state of war. And it has to do with the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854. And you got to look at how many, and now they're called pacts. So how many states are coming together with pacts, are making a pact together. Making a pact is making an act of coming in. And it's these men are all talk. When we need action. This is what it is. And this is where the energy keeps coming in, and knowing that we have the strength in order to do that action, in order to create something better, in order for us to have a better foundation in our world. But it's going to take some radical change. It's going to take some radical energy to make that change happen. But in it, I mean, we have a choice. We do. This choice could bring us to a place of such enlightenment. Such enlightenment can come through this all. It's our choice on how we do it. Don't be afraid. 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 It's letting your light shine, being honest, bringing in compassion. I posted a Caroline Mize video. Definitely look on I posted it on all my social media and stuff like that, except on Instagram. But watch it with Caroline Mize. Fabulous. She talks about the hope and the compassion of the energies of what's going on. Definitely a good one. There is also, I wrote it down, Andrew Harvey. Andrew Harvey's another one. He is a very compassionate, conscious person coming out, spiritualist coming out, who is coming in a very hopeful way, talking about it. So his energies and what he's saying, I've been finding very insightful. And these are coming in. These are people who are coming in and bringing in awareness and helping us to open up to more love in our lives. Sending you guys off with so much love today. And tomorrow is the full moon lunar eclipse for the Moon Festing group. Yes, I am having a meditation, and I know they're pulling me to have a meditation for everyone. And so I'm going to post it, and I'm going to let the people on my Moon Festing group that it's going to be an open meditation. I'm going to put the Zoom link up on my Facebook page tomorrow, and it's going to be around 1:30 tomorrow will be my meditation and bringing the meditation in. I am going to really try hard today to get the novena today, to start that novena, because I'm so sorry about yesterday. But that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm hoping people in my Moon Festing group who are listening now, I hope you're not all upset, because I am going to make it public. Because I just feel like it's just like a real energetic mood needs to be. So I'm sending you out so much love and light, and may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless you in all that you say and all that you do and all that you be. Blessed be everybody. Let your light shine. Be truthful to who you are. And stand in your light. Blessings.